It was very important to kind of share the wealth with my community. I have a burden on my heart for my people back home in Haiti and others in other countries who are just, in need and not represented, especially women in need.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today on the Gentle Art of Crushing It show, where we focus on learning and sharing with our listeners all there is to know about how to create success in our lives. This show stands on the shoulders of giants. Our mission is to empower and inspire our listeners to create the life of their dreams whilst having a blast in the process. Let's celebrate life together. Welcome to the show.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Gentle Art of Crushing It podcast. My name's Doug Clark. I am one of 6 hosts who bring you conversations 3 times a week on a variety of topics around real estate, business, and personal motivation. Our goal with this podcast is to help you succeed in whatever target you're aiming at. We are all committed to finding the best and brightest people who aren't just talking about doing big things, but are actually taking the steps to achieve their dreams and wanting to help others along the way. Today is no different. I am joined by the one and only Dr. Rachel Gainsbrugh. Originally from Haiti, she possesses an unwavering drive to make a difference. As a doctor raised in Miami and burdened by $500,000 in student loans, she embarked on a relentless journey to pay those loans off. Discovering the immense potential of AirBNB investing, she achieved a remarkable 15x return through short-term real estate rentals. Today, Dr. Rachel adeptly balances her roles as a healthcare professional, owner-manager of 18 luxury rentals, devoted wife, mother, and real estate coach. Her passion lies in helping professionals create a fulfilling life through lifestyle real estate investing, believing that just 2 properties can make a significant impact. Her expertise and captivating story have even landed her a feature on Netflix, showcasing her remarkable achievements. Without any further ado, won't you help me in welcoming her to the show? Thank you so much again for your time, and really appreciate you coming on the show. What I always love to start with is just, tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe share something with us that, most people wouldn't know.
Ooh, that's a good one. So thank you so much, Doug, for having me. I just think that there's so much value in all that you're doing, all the content that you are putting out there. So I so appreciate you sharing it with the people. So my name is Rachel. I have a background in pharmacy by training. I delved into real estate back in 2018, end of 2018, 2019, when I realized, you know what, I can't keep punching the clock to get $1, So I wanted to figure out, well, how do I leverage my skills, my analytical skills, and create a scenario where I'm not exchanging my hours for dollars anymore. And so that's really where it started for me, because I was burnt out. My husband was burnt out. We had $500,000 in student loans, and we thought to ourselves, okay, we did the Dave Ramsey, we were, trudging our way through that. And so when we saw that we'd made progress, I decided, we got to do something. And real estate really was what started it for me.
Yes, started it. And, now you're completely crushing it. And it seems like everywhere I look, I'm seeing you. And your success story is a beautifully amazing one because, for starters, you're an immigrant from Haiti, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Came here, you got your doctorate, and then you decided to, completely blow all your goals out of the water by absolutely killing it in real estate. Short-term rental luxury space and mid-term rental luxury space is your space. Mm-hmm. And this even wound, you up on television. You got a Netflix show, right? And
Yep.
so you're truly an expert in this space. And so I know that you've got a few programs out there, and I'm, going to pull the trigger on your starter one. But can you share with us a couple of benefits of some of the courses that you have to offer, and maybe a success story or two of some of your students that you have trained to do similar tactics as you in the luxury short-term rental and luxury mid-term rental space.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for asking, Doug. So for me, it was very important to kind of share the wealth with my community. Initially, I was a little bit shy about it, and as you can see now, we're very much so everywhere because I want to spread the word that it's possible, there's a possibility there. And I love the fact that I made it here in this country, but at the same time, my goal is to, build my orphanage in Haiti. I have one going in Bolivia and just kind of serve that way. That's what really lights me up. And so, with that, I know as a pharmacist working a 9 to 5, I would never, ever be able to be as philanthropic as I wanted to be. And so, for all of my other burnt out medical professionals or other professionals that are not in the medical field who do gravitate towards me, they gravitate because of my message. And the message is you don't need 100 doors, right? You need 2 or 3 really strategically positioned doors to make it happen. And so we get laser focused in my courses. I have a midterm rental course where I focus only on the midterm rental strategy, but I'm always looking for how do I squeeze the most juice out of a deal or a potential situation. So I strictly focus on, 6-figure opportunities with the midterm rentals. You won't find me necessarily doing the travel nurse route. My sister's a travel nurse, so no dig on travel nurse. They're looking for an economical option, which I'm here for. They work so hard. So for us, we leverage a policyholder insurance strategy where we're able to host families who are displaced from their home, whether it's due to a fire, a flood, or another unfortunate catastrophe. We get to serve someone in our community and get paid really well by the insurance company. So it's a win-win-win. And so that's one of our courses. I deliver that live. We're going to go into a self-paced really soon. And the signature course, the I would say the more one-on-one coaching is the Luxury Short-Term Rental Academy, where we do teach both the acquisition of a luxury property as well as the midterm rental strategy in there as well.
Yeah, I love it. And, essentially what I'm hearing is there is some, sort of secret knowledge, an amazing hack, amazing strategies that you have implemented. I believe, oh my goodness, and I know what you had shared just a minute ago, you only need a couple of doors to really like replace your income. If I remember correctly, you're somewhere at around 100, where sometimes you are rental arbitrage, sometimes you're co-hosting, and you own some of them. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, so the portfolio, we own 18. We don't seek out rental arbitrage or co-hosting at the moment. We do get deals that cross our desk. And if it doesn't match a current need that we have, I'm all about the 80-20 rule. If it's going to move the needle, we'll definitely take a second look at that. And so that's the power, of course, of putting yourself out there. We're always getting deals coming our way, which I'm so grateful for.
Yes, no, that's awesome. I love that. And the point that I really wanted to kind of make here is you started, I believe, with one bedroom. Is that right? Or one house?
Yeah, a bedroom. And that was a travel nurse. So it was a guest bedroom that had its own entrance on the back of the house, an amazing house hack. So we got to host nurses and respiratory therapists in that one bedroom. And it was paying for the mortgage. I mean, like, how else? How else should we live, right?
Yeah.
That's
No,
a
it's beautiful.
no-brainer.
And some people out there are going to be hearing, house hacking for the first time
Mhm.
out there, and this is such an awesome strategy. And obviously, which house hacking is just essentially renting out a room, or you get a duplex, you rent out the other side, and it covers your mortgage. Um, so it doesn't get any better than that, right? On your property that you reside in. What I wanted to ask you is and just touch on also briefly there is that this message that you bring to the world brings a lot of stinking hope, and it's also amazing to understand that you were serving a large community back in Haiti. And so that when people are coming to you, they can know that right off the bat that you have a great heart. And I know you fairly well. I mean, we're fairly new in our friendship, but I will say this: you spent time with me, probably 45 minutes on the phone. Time with you is not, just you have a lot of people vying for your time, right? And you're amazingly generous and caring, and it was a great conversation. And so my point is that when people hear about you, I would recommend strongly that you follow Dr. Rachel, because you will know, like, trust, and love her, and know that her heart is to serve a lot of people, not only her clients that come aboard through her different courses, right, or coaching and your mastermind. And so we've got to kind of wrap it up here in just a few minutes. I wanted to ask you this question, so I'm going to shift gears. The term self-made millionaire, what sort of emotions does that bring up for you?
That's the first time that I've ever been asked that question. To be honest with you, I don't see myself as a self-made millionaire, if that's what you're alluding to. But we have crossed seven figures in two businesses. Our second business crossed seven figures just last Friday, which we're really excited about.
Congrats.
So
Woo!
thank you. Yeah, so it's now time to start a third business. Get that to seven figures, right? That's the
Yeah. Might as well.
that seems to be the trajectory. But um I don't think that term resonates with me at all, honestly, because if not for God, if not for my parents, if not for my husband, if not for my team, oh my goodness, you know, if not for being here in the US, it's the resources. And I just feel abundantly blessed. And one thing that I am going to lean into, that is my gifting, is, and I'll say it out loud. I don't think I've ever said this on on any podcast before. Is I know how to make money. I know how to make money. Yes, I was a drug dealer, but it was legal. but
Right.
so legally,
Different strategy.
different strategy. But I do, and it's a gift, I think. And so I just want to leverage as much of that as possible to do the things that I love, which is a combination of self care things too. We're going to be traveling to out of the country in a couple weeks or so, so enjoying that. But I have a burden on my heart for my people back home in Haiti and others in other countries who are just, in need and not represented, especially women in need. So
I love it. Yeah, and two things I wanted to touch on there briefly is: would you say that learning how to make money is a teachable and learnable skill, and is that something also that you help people with?
it is, I believe it's teachable. I don't necessarily help people with it from a holistic perspective, but it is something that I'm very interested in as I continue to explore, my talents. And had it not been for retiring from pharmacy, I would have thought I was just this pill counter potentially, but I'm so faceted. You're so multifaceted. We have so much talent inside of us. And so, yeah, definitely wanting to explore, what else I can do to serve. How else can I be of service? So that's something, yeah, stay tuned for that for sure. And I do think you can learn how to be good with money. It's part of it is really a forgiveness protocol. For me to say that today is shocking because, I grew up thinking I was bad with money. Out of my all my siblings, I was the spender, meaning I was bad with money. And so, just learning to forgive that process and whatever, thoughts that put that in my mind, moving past that and understanding that I can be a beast with money. Mama don't play.
No, amen to that. And like, the evidence is all around us, right? When we take a look and get to know you a bit. I wanted to touch on, I really love how you answered the question of, self-made millionaire and how you don't see yourself as that, because, there's that old saying, no man is an island, right? No woman is an island. We all have help, right? And so, and some luck, right? But right along with that, we have to continue to choose to be optimistic, right? And so I can say clearly just from sort of following you a bit that you are incredibly optimistic, right? And so I love it. And it comes through your voice, it comes through your smile. All your content has this high, joy, high vibe tribe, as Andrew Devlin likes to say, right? But
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you need to tell my husband. He's like, you're too optimistic.
it's such a blessing.
It'll get me in trouble sometimes. No lie.
No, yeah, right here, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. So I do want to keep us on time here. What I'd like to do is wrap this up. Before we do that, please, share with our audience how they can contact you and how they can support you in any way. Are there any particular types of deals that you're looking at?
Yeah.
How can they sort of get involved with you?
Yeah, I would say the best way, I actually have a resource for your audience. It's my 75 top cities with the highest profitability. So if you go to 75gems.com, that's 75gems.com, that'll get you into my inner circle so that you can see all the things. My Facebook group where I do a free teaching every single week. So just tap into that. It's really high value. I'm on Instagram as short.term.gems as well. So I look forward to connecting with your audience for sure.
I love it. Yeah, thank you so much. And I did sign up for the 75 short-term gems, and it is an eye-opener. It's very, very cool. That's a valuable tool right there. And again, it's free. So please, please follow Dr. Rachel. You will be very happy that you did. And, Dr. Rachel, I wanted to just thank you again so much for your time. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Doug.
I appreciate you too. Thanks for joining us and being a part of our conversation with Dr. Rachel Gainsbrugh. We've gathered all the important links from today's show in the handy show notes below, so make sure to check those out. Now, if you found any value in our content, we love your help in spreading the word. Could you do us a huge favor and share it with someone else, please? Your support means the world to us, and together we can inspire others to achieve greatness. And now here's an interesting fact. Nearly 98% of our listeners haven't subscribed yet. We'd be incredibly grateful to you if you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're using. It's a small action that goes a long way in supporting us. Thanks again for tuning in, and guess what? We now have new podcasts coming out 3 times a week. So don't just be a passive listener. Let's embrace the work we were meant to do and make each day magnificent.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of The Gentle Art of Crushing It. It was an amazing episode. We know we sure learned a lot, and we hope you did as well. We want to take a second and thank you so much for viewing or listening to this episode. And please just know that we only ask for one favor, and that is to make this life magnificent. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.